one of the things that prevents us from reaching our fullest potential, from becoming the best version of ourselves, from self-actualization, is the stories we tell ourselves. I'm an advocate, as you know, for rewriting the story of our lives so that we can step into that next chapter of our lives with greater courage and conviction. But before we even write the story of our lives, there are a couple of steps we need to take. In this video, I'm going to take us through those steps, giving you some practical questions that you can ask yourself before you begin the work of creating the new story of your life. Stay tuned. Hi guys, Calvin again. Before you rewrite the story of your life so that you can step into this new chapter of your life with greater courage, with more conviction, so that you can live happier, so that you can be free, you need to do these two things. The first thing is, before you write this new story of your life, you need to know what story you're telling yourself right now. What story are you telling yourself right now? And attached to that, identify whether this story is constructive or destructive, whether it's helping or hindering. The second thing that we need to do on this journey is let it go. Let all the stories that no longer serve us go back to wherever they came from. I'd like to invite you to get a pen and paper or pencil and notebook and do this. I'm going to ask some questions in this video, and I'd like you to maybe reflect with a notebook and pen later on when you have some time or space, or if you're in a position to do that now, great. And ask yourself these questions that I'm about to ask as you work through these different questions in this exercise. But before we even start that, I've always found something helpful. I've always found it helpful to bring something to mind that's present right now in our life, something that's real for us. So, setting the context then, my first question to you is, are you living your fullest potential right now? And if you aren't living your fullest potential right now, are you at least on the path towards self-actualization? Consciously on this path towards reaching your fullest potential? If not, then why not? List all of those reasons now on this on this piece of paper with your pen and pencil. List all of those reasons why you aren't living your fullest potential right now. Whatever that limitation may be. Whether you feel you're in a relationship and you are destined to remain there for whatever sense of loyalty or belief you have about that. Whether you're in a geographical location and you feel that you are contained there for whatever reason and you can't move. Whether it's your perceived circumstances, whether it's financial, whatever reason comes to your mind, list it out. I am not reaching my fullest potential or living my fullest potential right now because, and then you put the reason down. Once you've filled up your entire sheet of paper or book or number of pages, or whenever you feel that you've naturally come to the end, and we really want to exhaust that list of reasons why that is the case, why you're not achieving your fullest potential, why you're not living or walking on the path towards self-actualization. The second question after that then is that true? Is that reason that I've given true? Now, I've always found it helpful to ask that question, is it true? Because I think it unhooks us a little bit from our beliefs. We have so often connected or attached ourselves to the things that we believe that we've endogenized it to the point that we don't even question whether it's actually true. So I've always found it constructive, healthy, whatever word you want to use, to say, it's very helpful, and it has been for me, to ask the question, well, is that true? And just by asking, is the reason why I'm not living my full potential, whatever that blocker is, whatever that inhibitor is that true? You may find that a space starts to open inside of you where you are able to question many more of these stories that you're already telling yourself right now. This also will help you to decide for yourself whether that story is helping you or hindering you, whether it's constructive or destructive. Now, for me, my definition of whether it's constructive is, one, is it helping and serving not only myself, but people around me? Am I contributing to the betterment of humanity, if you like? Another thing you can also test to see if that's constructive for you is how does it make you feel? Do you feel alive? Do you feel energized? Do you feel that you are really filling yourself up with joy and love and compassion? Then you probably will know from your own feelings if you're living to your fullest potential or not. Something might feel wrong inside of you. You might even find manifestations of or messages or some kind of indication of what you could describe as bad luck if you're not on purpose living your full potential. I mean, I remember that's happened to me. It was a cold winter's morning and I was driving on the motorway during icy conditions and my car just spun out of control and I went across 3 lanes at pretty high speed and crashed the car. Fortunately, I walked away with my life. I knew that I was not on purpose then. I knew that something was wrong. If I looked at the recent events in the history of my life, I knew that there was a lot not right. I wasn't walking the right path for me. So for you, my question then for you is, once you've decided then what's helpful and what's unhelpful or what's constructive and destructive, what's helping you to walk that potential or if it's hindering you, then you got to decide what you want to do with that. So my next question for you then is, can you let it go? Can you let go of the things that aren't serving you? If those answers that you've written down, those reasons as to why you aren't living your full potential are not true, and you've now opened this doorway of spaciousness to say, I've unhooked myself from a belief system which now I can appraise from a much more observational place, then can you let that go? Can you let go of those old stories that aren't helping you, knowing that the story is a story? And because as a human being we tend to use stories in this dimension of physical reality to make sense of the world that we live in, then the stories we tell ourselves might as well be helpful. They might as well be good. They might as well be constructive. And they may as well help usher us back onto that path towards our actualization so that we can live happier, more fulfilled lives. I hope you found those basic questions useful. Questions to ask yourself, maybe something to ponder on. I'd invite you to sit down and work through these questions and then decide if you want to let it go. Once you've made the decision to let go of those stories, then you will be in a much better position to write the new story of your life and create a paradigm of much greater happiness, much greater meaning and fulfillment for yourself for the next chapter. If you'd like to do the meditation that I call letting go of the story, please click the link in the descriptions below. I'll be delighted to send that over to you.